Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Thank you to all of you who joined me for my live stream earlier today, breaking down the Edmonton Oilers trade. I wanted to further break down that trade in this video, give you more of the facts. I didn't have quite everything on the trade at that point. We have all the details now from the Edmonton Oilers, but if you haven't heard yet, the Edmonton Oilers have acquired Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick from the Anaheim Ducks. Let's take a look at the trade and all the details. The Edmonton Oilers have made a pair of trades to acquire forwards Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick, the rights to goaltender Ty Taylor, and a 2024 7th-round draft pick. Trade number 1, the Anaheim Ducks have traded forward Adam Henrique to the Tampa Bay Lightning and will retain 50% of Henrique's salary in exchange for the rights to goaltender Ty Taylor. Trade number 2, Tampa Bay has traded forward Adam Henrique to the Oilers and will retain 50% of Henrique's salary in exchange for a conditional 4th-round selection in the 2026 NHL Draft that will become a 4th-round selection in the 2025 NHL Draft if Edmonton does not win the Stanley Cup this season. Trade number 3, Edmonton receives forward Sam Carrick and the rights to goaltender Ty Taylor from the Anaheim Ducks, along with a 7th-round selection in the 2024 Draft in exchange for Edmonton's 1st-round selection in 2024 and a conditional 5th-round pick in 2025. If the Oilers win the Stanley Cup this season, the Ducks will instead receive Edmonton's 4th-round pick in 2025. The Ducks will also retain 50% of Carrick's salary. Following the trades, Adam Henrique's cap hit will now be $1,456,250, and Sam Carrick's cap hit will be $425,000. Both players are UFAs, both players can play center or wing, both players can kill penalties, and they both have a face-off winning percentage above 50%. Here are Adam Henrique's stats for the year. In 60 games played, he has 18 goals and 24 assists for 42 points and is a +3. And for Sam Carrick, he's appeared in 61 games this year, collecting 8 goals and 3 assists for 11 points and is a -11. Analyst and former teammate Luke Gazdic had this to say: "This is just a great trade for the Oil. Great veteran and teammate in Henrique, and Edmonton fans, you are going to love Sam Carrick. All heart, tough, team-first guy. Big afternoon in Oil Country." In his press conference this afternoon, Oilers GM Ken Holland revealed the Oilers are still on the hunt for a veteran D-man. He didn't specify whether it was a top 4 guy or a depth D-man, but it's probably most likely a depth D-man for the Oilers. They do have some cap space left to work with following these trades. The Oilers can add a $1.2 million annual cap hit player if they send somebody down, as they can only have 22 players on the roster. That's all they have the space for. Whether anyone off the current roster still goes will depend on the size of the deal for the defenseman, but right now it's looking like Cody Ceci, Brett Kulak, and Warren Foegele, the 3 big targets we talked about leaving, could all be staying. And right around the time that the trade was breaking, we did also get some amazing waiver wire news for the Edmonton Oilers. Sam Gagner has cleared waivers and will remain with the team. He will, however, be assigned to the Bakersfield Condors. For now, anyway, Ken Holland said if the Oilers do have cap space left after they're done dealing on Friday, it's possible Gagner could rejoin the team, but at the latest, he will be back up for the playoffs. Philip Broberg is another player that could end up joining the team if the Oilers have enough cap space to work with. If not, we'll probably also see Philip Broberg come playoff time. As far as the next targets for the Edmonton Oilers, we really don't have any idea right now. Sean Walker came off the board going to the Colorado Avalanche, and guys like Tarasenko are gone now as well. So the Oilers have pretty much made their big move, getting Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick. It will be probably a depth defenseman that comes in as the 3rd piece for the Edmonton Oilers. I know a few guys have been asking me, will there be any more forwards brought in? I don't think so. Somebody would have to go if they bring in any more forwards. So I think the Oilers are probably done up front, but anything's possible. Maybe a guy like Anthony Duclair could come in. Who knows? We talked in the chat today earlier about maybe a guy like Jake DeBrusk, but definitely some players would have to go off the roster to make that happen. So most likely the Oilers are done up front, but a depth defenseman or possibly a top 4 defenseman, depending on what Ken Holland could do, will come in for the Edmonton Oilers here before 1 p.m. on Friday. The only current target I've heard anything about on defense is Joel Edmondson from the Washington Capitals, so he would kind of fit that 7th D-man type vibe. So we'll see what happens there, guys. But for right now, that is all the latest. Really excited about bringing in Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick. I think they're going to be two excellent additions here for the team. Third and fourth line center. Henrique could also be a second line left winger, but I know I heard a few days back possibly a third line of Adam Henrique, Corey Perry, and Evander Kane could be pretty exciting. That would move Fogle and McLeod up to the second line with Draisaitl. You could put Connor, Nuge, and Hyman back together. Fourth line's probably looking Sam Carrick, Matthias Janmark, and Derek Ryan. Where does Dylan Holloway fit in all this? Maybe he'll get an opportunity in the top 6. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Apparently both Adam Henrique and Sam Carrick are flying into Columbus tonight, and they will be available for practice tomorrow and the game tomorrow night against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So we'll have to see what head coach Chris Knobloch has in mind line-wise, but it should be pretty interesting, and I'm sure he will try a few different things here over the next few weeks. Let me know your thoughts on the acquisitions of Adam Henrique, Sam Carrick. Who do you think the Oilers go after next for a defenseman? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.